Okay, this is a quick update on my ASL game. We're playing the Chizonikov bridgehead scenario from Beyond Valor. I'm actually on the third turn, but I've just done the defensive fire phase from the Germans on the Russian turn. It's been a roller coaster, this has. I've got to admit, I don't think I've ever made so many errors in a game in my entire life. And I'm still sort of struggling with concepts for, the things gradually going in, but in between playing bits and pieces, reread every time I'm doing something, I'm going to the rule book and trying to sort of get it to sink in. I've been watching quite a few videos in the ASL Academy and a few others. I don't think I'd recommend necessarily this way of doing it, but I just couldn't face messing around with the starter kit. I know people pointed me in the right direction about the starter kit and the fact there are quite a lot of scenarios available, and you can pretty much start with starter kit infantry and then do full ASL soon afterwards. Now this one, I'm no longer playing to any sort of victory condition or anything like that. I'm actually just messing around now. I've made so many errors, there's no point even considering trying to do victory and stuff like that. It's interesting, let's put it that way. I get the impression that I don't really have a clue, even though I might have got some of the rules down. I don't really have a clue what I'm supposed to be doing with these units to make any progress. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the case. There's like two levels to it. You've got to learn the rules, and then you've got to sort of say, well, now I know the rules, what's the best way or the only way of achieving what you're trying to do with an effective use of time and resources. Can't really say much more. I'm just continuing messing around. What I have done is got a copy of this, because messing around with that huge binder thing was just ridiculous. It's so clumsy and so difficult to use, whereas this is brilliant. It really is easy. You got your index here and you can just look up stuff, and the text is a bit small, so you're gonna have to have really good eyesight. Now luckily my eyesight is short range eyesight is really good. My light eyesight, anything further than mid range is awful. Some of you may have known I've had one eye operation already and possibly having another, but this has been great for me. It's called the Pocket Edition. You'd have to have some pretty big pockets, because that is bigger than a standard paperback. I'd say that's whatever they call the standard hardback book size. But as I say, it's great, well worth the money as far as I'm concerned. I know there's an electronic version, but you got to have a pretty good tablet with that, otherwise you're constantly it gets to a stage where you've looked up things and then you'll try and look at something else and it'll only display like a third of the page or bits and pieces of the text. Then you've got to come out and go back in before it's able to get enough memory to display the full thing. And also I find the book, it's faster to look things up in the index and find things than it is to use the electronic version. Admittedly, if you're trying to search for something that you can't necessarily find, the electronic version is better, but this definitely beats the electronic version as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, it doesn't keep up to date, but this is the latest version. It's got all the stuff, even from the latest module, as far as I know. So it's got all the what they call railway car rules in, which came out with what's this, something to the Twilight of the Right, which is the latest module. So it's pretty much up to date, but yeah, obviously you're going to have a problem keeping it up to date. You know, where's the electronic version? You don't have that problem. Okay, well, that's it. I'm still going at this. It's certainly the hardest thing I've ever tried to pick up. That's about all I'm going to say.